I feel, Lisa, that this year it's probably going to get worse because this is the number one factor right here, inventory.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no inventory, and this is driving up the price. I mean, what do you think about rates?
Oh my goodness. So let me share a little bit about the rates. It went up by almost a whole point, you guys. The average interest rate last year was 2.5 to maybe 3.5. And that's when your credit is the lowest, your down payment is the lowest. Okay. And even if you're buying an investment property, it was still in the mids to high threes. This time around, we're already looking at average rate, and the rate went up. It started to stabilize a little bit in the last 2 days and everything, but it's been crazy. We mortgage folks are looking at it, and we're getting updates 2-3 times a day that it's changing. It's like, oh my gosh, this is like the stock market. This is like Wall Street stuff again, right? And in the 12 years that I've been in this industry, this is the most volatile. I thought 2006. Oh, I'm sorry, 2008 was the most volatile, but this time is even more volatile than that within 20 days. I mean, it started in 2022. I mean, it technically started at the end of December a little bit, but
the Feds also said they're going to be raising rents 4 times this year, right?
Yeah.
Man, like, I'm afraid we might even break 4%. Even though rates are going up, people are still going to buy homes. And inventory is still low. So because inventory is going to be low and it's going to stay low, here's why it's going to stay low. Because of the new COVID. Sellers right now are asking themselves this question. If I sell my home, where am I going to go? I don't want to be part of that buying pool that are at a bidding war with each other and breathing down each other's neck. Sellers are asking themselves that personal question, and that is what's preventing them from wanting to put their home on the market. That's why you see this chart going from 0.9 month worth of inventory to 0.5 right now. It's because sellers are afraid of where they're going to go. And they don't want to be out in the streets. They don't want to go and rent an apartment. They don't want to go and sign a lease to where you have to have 3 times the income to be able to rent that apartment that's a lot smaller than their home that they just sold. And if they catch COVID, they have to quarantine or get a roommate or whatever. Like, they don't want to go through that. So that's why I think this year is going to be worse, because inventory is going to continue to be low despite the high rates. So then that's going to cause the price to still shoot up. That's what I mean by it's going to get worse. And nobody's at work. I swear, every restaurant I went past had a sign that says, we're hiring.
Looking at all of this, guys, just as the writing was on the wall during the last crash, this writing is also on the wall. And that's the thing. Rent prices also have significantly increased. And the fact that people are much more comfortable now working from home. They're looking, the reason why they're not in the restaurants and things like that, because there's so many jobs out there that are online at the comfort of their own home. Gas prices, have increased significantly.
My gosh, yeah.
And if you're making minimum wage and you're doing all of that, you're going to feel the pangs of paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of factors that come into play. And when you look at whether or not the market's going to crash, I would say if the market's going to crash, it's going to take a catastrophe. So to me, I wouldn't want that either. Okay, guys, I don't want any natural disaster that could really, really hurt us in that way. So let's continue to stay blessed and positive and fight the fight.
If you guys are still in the market to buy a home, buy the home. Even though it sounds bad, it sounds crazy that prices are going to keep going up. If you know that, you should be using that as something to be super proactive now in your search. Go out there and look at homes more often. Put more bids in. Unfortunately, a lot of buyers right now that I'm working with are compromising. When they were looking with me a few months ago, they wanted maybe a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. But because of the way the market is right now and their income hasn't changed as fast as home prices, they're compromising. They're letting go of that 4th bedroom and that 3rd bath. They're settling for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just so that way they could get out from the rent world and start paying their own mortgage, they're using that as a long-term goal for a lump sum from their equity to down for the home that they did intend to buy. I don't think that's wrong. It's just going to take you longer to get to your dream home. But in this market, if you don't do that, you're going to be stuck renting. And because rent's going to keep going up, you're going to be pouring out money, so much money. It's not going to crash anytime soon. We don't have any inventory or data to support that there's going to be a crash. If you guys are that person right now that are looking to buy and you guys are afraid because price is going to keep going up and you guys don't want to be the one buying at the top, well, we're not at the top yet. Price is going to keep going up. So like if you were to wait until like 6 months and then buy, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot because the price today is going to most likely not be the same price in 6 months.
Guys, think about it, okay? Would you rather be stuck in a house that you may not like so much, but it's yours? You're stuck in your own house, or you're stuck in a situation where you have no idea whether or not your landlord is going to sell. And then what? You're stuck in a situation where you're going to have to move. And all of my property managers are telling me that their line, okay, for rental is over 200 lists. So I'm like, okay. So think about it, guys.
It is so crazy right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather be stuck in your own house or stuck in somebody else's house where you cannot control what they do?
Right now, there is no inventory for rentals too.
People are getting solicited left and right to sell their property. So with the right price for any investor when they're looking at it, and especially if you know that you're in a below market rent, you got to be very, very careful of that situation, because if your landlord gets wind of that, and in order for them to profit and they have to sell, that's what they're going to have to do. Yeah.
They might do it. Here's what landlords are thinking, okay? If I don't sell now, when the price is so high, I might miss this opportunity. Or if I don't sell now, when prices do drop later down the road, whether it's 5 years or 6 years, rent's also going to follow. So that means that my rent I'm charging this tenant right now, they're not going to want to pay because across the street is like almost 2x lower. They're going to break my lease and go somewhere else. Like these are the things that every landlord is asking themselves too. They're thinking about long term. They're thinking about short term. They're doing all of this. Like, don't even get me started on Airbnb.